Hey, what's up? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Final Flash podcast episode. What is it now? 4?
4, I think.
4.
We could be
episode
completely
4, probably. Gambit, as always, joined by my co-host.
Emilio.
Or Hentai Guy, whatever you want to call him is fine.
Hentai Man.
Hentai Man. I like Hentai Guy, because it kind of rolls off the tongue better. Anyways, first and foremost, huge shout out to Blood by Design for providing the intro and outro music. Great as always.
As always.
Go check them out later if you haven't already. First of all, I want to apologize for last week. We were talking about the Socks opening.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, and you had said the anime was Inuyashiki.
I believe
it was Shimoneta.
Shimoneta.
Yeah, I want to apologize to everybody, which I did. I think I apologized on the Twitter.
Yeah, I honestly, with so many names running through my head, it's always hard to tell.
It is hard.
Unless I got it, right in front of me and, looking at the poster, it's always hard for me to guess right off the bat.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but wanted to apologize so that no one's there saying we gave them false information. So,
yeah.
I mean, we did, but we're apologizing for it. Alright, so what was our topic this week?
We're actually going to talk about some manga that we've been reading.
Yeah.
And some that have already been completed and that we've really enjoyed. What's funny is about, today, the whole reason I suggested this episode was because of a manga called Rokudo's Bad Girls, is the English translation. But the whole reason I had decided that one, because it's a manga that's been completed, it's got over 200 chapters, and I'm like, it doesn't have an anime. And just found out literally Wednesday night, they released the anime on Crunchyroll. We're 2 episodes deep. I had no idea that they were even doing the anime. They had snuck it by me so quickly. Even on the Crunchyroll list that they uploaded, it was not part of their list. So I have no idea how they just totally forgot about that.
Right.
So I was just I was so mad about that. I was like, this is going to be one of my favorite mangas of all time. It's so funny. The action's good. I love the characters. Definitely check out the anime. I don't know how far it's going to go, but y'all should definitely check out the manga if it doesn't go very far.
Sounds good. I had something similar happen to me with Oshinoko. Emilio texted me, said, "Hey, have you seen this new show or have you heard about it?" And he sent me the name, and I was looking at it, I was like, that looks familiar. So I sent him a screenshot of one I've read. I was like, is this it? He's like, yeah. Yeah, they just dropped an hour and a half long first episode.
I think you actually got the manga here we can pull up for a second.
Yeah, I do. Right here.
Yeah.
Oshinoko.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge surprise drop. I had no clue.
Yeah,
I didn't even know animation was a thing for this manga.
We both got hit out of nowhere with 2 animes that we did not see on any lists.
Yeah, because I originally started reading this back in it was either late 2020 or early 2021.
Yeah, no. For anybody who does not have a High Dive account, that is where this anime is. The first episode is an hour and a half long. So, but it is worth every minute.
Oh, for sure. They followed at least the first, I think it's 14 chapters. They followed faithfully. They cut nothing out, added nothing extra. So it's really good. Definitely a top tier animation. Get rid of that. That's for later.
But yeah, no, it's definitely an anime that people need to watch. It's gonna be. It's already beat Full Metal on the top anime list, I believe.
On my anime list?
Yeah, my anime list. Yeah. It is already number 1 with just 1 episode so far.
Well, we don't know for how long.
We don't know for how long.
You know, the FMA fanboys are going to get on there, create a bunch of fake accounts, and leave bad reviews.
just 1 star, 1 star.
1 star everything.
But if that tells you anything, the animation is stellar. The voice acting is just top notch.
Oh, for sure.
It is a anime about. I'll give you a brief synopsis without spoiling too much. About an idol who gets pregnant and is having twins, and one of the doctors gets reincarnated as one of the twins. Mm-hmm. And beyond that, I will tell you nothing else.
Yeah, it's definitely an anime. It's everything you expect it to be, and then everything you don't expect it to be. It's really good. It really blindsides you.
Yeah, no, if it is something I do recommend highly watching and getting on this one, because I believe it's just going to be a good watch from start to end if they keep up the same energy.
Oh, for sure, and definitely, if you're wanting to read, I definitely suggest it. That was actually on my list for today, but since we're talking about it now, let's just get this one over with.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to because it's already an anime, and it's just like
God.
we have to talk about it.
The animation was beautiful. They definitely they did it justice.
Oh,
at least for the first episode.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie. After watching this first episode, I immediately went to the manga. Mm-hmm. I was like, I can't wait. This has to be read now because that is how good just one episode did me.
Yeah, for sure.
It's one of those few rare animes where one episode is all you need to know if you're gonna watch this.
Yeah. Man, I forgot what I was going to say. It was going to be more about Oshinoko, but I forgot what I was going to say.
I will say, though, if I were to say anything, like, episode 1 is just the prologue. It's not even, like, the story. It is just the prologue. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I really can't wait, and I hope everybody watches this, because I definitely want to talk to everybody I know.
You're right. Yeah, it really is good, dude. I'm really happy that this was a thing, because you read manga all the time, and a lot of them aren't going to get an adaptation. You know, they're not gonna become anime. Some of them are just gonna stay manga forever.
And it's just so sad too. And like, I'm just like, man, this would be a really good adaptation, I think. And then you just never see it.
Oh, for sure. Same with a couple of these other ones we got on the list for later.
Oh yeah,
some of these they're probably never gonna get an anime, but they deserve it so much.
They deserve it. I have no doubt. Some of them on my list, I think there was rumors that we're getting an animation for some of them. But I know for a fact some of them aren't. Fun fact about Oshino, did you know it is the same universe as Kageyama-sama?
I did not, but that doesn't surprise me. Wasn't the creator the same as well?
Yes, I believe the creator is the same. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I'm pretty sure I read something about it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the creator or the artist or whatnot, but I do know it's the same universe. They do have a panel. They do have a panel, actually, with a photographer, and her name credited on the magazine is Kageyama-sama, and then the president's last name.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so, like, full-on same universe. It takes place after Love is War, so that's an interesting little tidbit there for you.
So they're probably already grown up.
Oh, yeah, they're grown up. They're married.
Yep.
Ooh, I was about to like just spoil like something there. I won't do that.
No spoilers, man.
Yeah,
we aim not to spoil, but we might. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I try to like think like not everybody may have seen it already and read it all. I'm like, I've read all the manga for Kageyama-sama.
Yeah,
I know the anime's still going. Like we still got a season going on right now. They already did. Yeah. So also they did a movie for Kageyama-sama that is also on Crunchyroll, but in 4 parts. So if anybody's looking to like watch that, it's right there in Crunchyroll, so you can watch it, just so you don't miss anything for the new season.
I haven't even seen the movie yet, so
yeah, so it's
good to know.
It's there, but it's just like they split it into 4 parts, which I have no idea why they didn't just do it as the whole movie.
Gotcha. All right, well, I think that's going to be enough for Oshinoko anyways.
Oh, yeah, because if we keep talking, we're just going to spoil it.
Oh, for sure.
And it is one of those rare mangas you can't really say anything about, because it would just spoil the entire plot.
Yeah, it'll spoil a lot of it. On top of that, I mean, right after I saw it, like, my entire Facebook feed was just full of memes, and everyone recommended it, and there's even people hating on it now because they're just seeing it too much.
What I do like about everybody talking about it is they're not spoiling anything either. They're just showing like 1 or 2 clips, but they're very obscure clips, like the babies dancing.
Right, they're like generalized, like you wouldn't know what's going on.
Yeah, you'd have no idea what was going on in this anime. Just anime shenanigans.
Oh, for real though. Alright, so let's get rid of her. Alright, is there anything you want to say? Talk about?
Let's see. Well, I've been watching a few animes for that have been coming out. We've got Dr. Stone. It's officially, started back up with its new season. Looking pretty good so far. Rokudos, Bad Girls. Definitely like want people to watch that one because I do hope it gets another season. Just because I know exactly based off the opening. By the way, don't watch the opening for Rokudos. it'll spoil like.
It's one of those openings.
Yeah, it's gonna spoil a lot, and it's. I could tell exactly where it's gonna start and where it's gonna end based off just that opening. So I do hope it gets a second season, but definitely watch that one. The only thing I don't like about it for the animation style, it does feel very bubbly compared to the manga. So anybody who's really, because it's how do I compare this? It's got this like the art style from the manga is more like GTO. So
okay, yeah.
It's very GTO type art style, and it's a very like old school plot driven like that. It's very much about an anime about a weakling wanting to become stronger and be more of a man in himself, and more of a journey of self discovery and doing that. Just because everybody else around him is so much more stronger.
Right.
The synopsis is basically Rokudo is getting bullied by all these delinquents around school, and his grandpa leaves him something, a family seal scroll that has a seal in it, and he said it would help him at any time. So once he gets the scroll, he gets this symbol on his head that makes any delinquent girl fall in love with him.
Okay.
Just seeing it makes them fall in love with him.
I need that. If you could just send that my way when you're done with it.
It is hilarious. That's why it's so funny. Just because like one of the most I think notable scenes, and like even just the second episode, one of the delinquent girls, like one of the head honcho, the bonchos of the school, comes up to him and is like, "I hear you've been causing trouble," and she goes to punch him, and she like hits his face like that with a little tap. She's like, "Huh. Hey, can you come here?" She calls one of his friends. She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Lean down." He goes, "Okay," and then proceeds to knock.
Oh, dude, that's great.
She's like, "Huh." She goes, "Maybe you're not so punchable after all." It is so, like I said, the manga is so fun, and I'm glad to see it's finally got an anime. So definitely, I would love to see it get its second season because it's just fun, and I can't wait to see because as it goes on. Once we get past the first major arc, which will be the last arc for this season, it gets even twice better. It goes for like, we got 2 or 3 more major arcs after that.
Okay, nice.
But other than that, I haven't watched anything but the standard, Demon Slayer and all that.
Right.
Yeah, in which, of course, it's Demon Slayer. It's good.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And I know you're not a week-by-week type of anime guy, so...
I'm not.
I'm that guy, and I'll let you know what I like and don't like. We also got Mashal started, which has so far been perfectly adapted from the manga. So far it's following the storyline to like the T. So we're good there.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen a few clips on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like one where he's holding some change in his hand or money, and it's all bent. He's like, "Oh, let me fix that." Boom.
Because he's so excited.
Yeah. So it's definitely one I'm going to have to check out.
Oh man, wait till you get to the whole maze scene. Because that's just funny. But that is another like great comedy anime that people just need to check out. That's right there. Other than that, I can't think of anything right off the top of my head that's been real interesting besides Hell's Paradise, which I've sung its praise to the top.
Yep.
So, other than that, no, like, I'll keep watching some other anime. I haven't watched some of the less notable anime this season, but eventually, I usually tend to save those because I want them to get a little further. Because if they don't capture me by the first episode, I know it's going to probably take at least 2 more episodes to see if I'm going to like it or not.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm going to give those more time to get some more episodes before I watch them.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, since I've gotten back, to catching up on previous seasons of anime, I've just plowed through tons in just this last week alone. Since our last podcast, I've just plowed through tons. There's a couple of them I want to talk about. Legend of Mana. Have you seen it
Oh,
or heard of it?
No, I don't think I've heard of that one.
Right here. I'm gonna show you. I'll keep it off screen.
Okay.
But Legend of Mana, originally a PS1 game that I loved as a kid.
Oh, that's why it's so.
It sounds familiar,
yeah,
right?
I was like, I wonder why that sounds familiar.
And I when I was looking, it came out in fall of 2022. But when I was looking, I was like, well, that sounds familiar. And so I looked it up, and yeah, it was the PS1 game that I loved so much as a kid.
I was wondering why that sounds familiar because I swear they always talk about it at one of the PlayStation's like state of plays all the time.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, it basically follows the PS1 game. It's really fun. It does have a bubbly art style, which it isn't horrible. It kind of fits the theme. You know, it's not like some hardcore action with like straight lines and then gets adapted to some bubbly like animation. So it does fit. I'm just not like real big into the bubbly animation myself.
You like the dark shadings and hard lines.
But it is fun. It follows basically the whole like PlayStation story.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I don't think I've played it or really done anything with it, but I know of its existence.
It's to be honest, I don't know if I ever finished it. I was just a dumb kid on a PS1.
Right.
I was playing because it was cool. I was also playing like Final Fantasy at the same time, and what is it? Oh man, so many more PS1 titles, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Currently, I'm watching Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Have you seen?
I have not seen it, but I have heard of it.
That's another fall 2022 anime. I want to say about in the middle of it, and it is actually pretty good. I didn't think I was gonna like it. Yeah, it's got a good amount of action. It's got heartbreak in there, and I know because my eyes watered. My eyes got a little watery, you know, because real men cry.
Real men cry.
Sometimes.
Don't let them tell you otherwise.
Yeah. But no, it really is good. It's got great animation. I can't remember the studio off the top of my head, but it does have great animation. The fight scenes are great. It's got good character building, which is something I love. It's something you don't get with shorter animes. Like, this is a single season anime, 23 episodes, I think.
Oh, that's not too bad then.
Yeah, it's not horrible. But character building isn't something you get a whole lot when you got like 12, 13 episode series.
Unfortunately.
Because, you know, they want to cram as much as they can in and keep as much that's unnecessary out of it. So yeah, that's a really good watch that I'm watching right now. I mean, there's Shinobi no Itoki is another one. I don't know if you've seen it.
Ah, yes, I have seen that.
Yeah. I thought that one was pretty good. A modern take on like ninjas and like modern day Japan. That one was actually pretty fun to watch. I don't know if I'm satisfied with the ending. It left me wanting more. But
what is it? It's more like, you know, like Darwin's game. It just, you needed more.
Yeah. Like, you needed more. You wanted more so that the closure felt closed.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah, but it was really good still. Really fun. Great animation. Great art style. Man, I'm going to recommend you watch it, but don't hate me if you're left like wanting more closure at the end. But I do recommend it, though. It's still like really good.
No, yeah, I get it. There's just some animes that, you know, that you can't help but feel like there could have been more.
Yeah.
And like we've missed an opportunity of some, like I said, Darwin's game. That one was a really good one, but
yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get a season 2 to that.
Yeah, exactly.
But we better.
Yeah, because it's just, that was it, and you're just like, well, what happens now?
And it ends so suddenly.
It ends so suddenly.
This is like what, 13 episodes?
Something like that.
But but they end it so open. Like, you were waiting for the next episode. Like, oh, is this going to be a 20-something episode anime?
Yeah, you would think
like, you
so,
were
right?
Waiting. Yeah, and nothing. Like, they left it like the next episode was going to be out next week, and nothing. Like, it's so open-ended. It was irritating. It was very irritating.
I don't doubt it. I hate those. You know, but it's also rare to see a lot of, you know, 12-episode animes more.
Anime.
I know. I'm just horrible with words today.
It's alright. Yeah, I was flopping a little bit earlier. Like, I could feel my tongue just like flopping, and just I was getting stuff wrong. Just power through.
Yeah, no, I'm taking a drink just to... I took a nap before coming here, so I was like... Even got here late, and I was just like, I was dead tired. Like, I did so much this morning. Looked at a new house. Had to meet with lawyers and such. We won't get into nothing for me, but for other things involving my life.
Hentai guy's getting in trouble with the law, apparently. See? I'm messing up, too.
Yeah, but no, oh man, my day was just so jam-packed that I had to get up so early. And then even at that, like, by the time I got back home around 2, it was just like, I need to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I slept all the way till like 6:45.
Beast Tamers. Beast Tamers was another one I wanted to talk about.
I know Beast Tamers.
Yeah, what did you think about that one?
I liked Beast Tamers.
I loved it too.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was very fun.
It's not an anime that takes itself like seriously.
It is not.
Like,
it knows what it is.
Like there's action. The animation's bubbly.
Oh,
but it's still so good.
But
watch.
They're allowed to get away with it just because of how ridiculous it can be. So I accept it for what it is.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a good anime. That's definitely another one I'm recommending to y'all right now.
Have you finished Chainsaw Man? I know you were working on that one.
Oh, yeah. When I say I'm working on it, that means give me another hour. I'm almost done. I've been watching it straight. Yes, I loved it. Oh, my God. Thank you. That's another one I meant to bring up. And I couldn't remember, so I wasn't going to talk about it.
Yeah, no, like...
Chainsaw Man. Oh, my God. Denji.
Yes.
Is my spirit animal.
I think like people like me and you have been there. Like, man, we're hungry. I got a solution for that.
Can't be hungry when you're sleeping.
Can't be hungry when you're sleeping.
Man,
that the struggle is real. Right
oh,
there.
for real. Like, I was like, man, I was like that once. Man, when you move out of your parents' house, it's hard.
Oh, right away, you're just like, man. Things cost a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Like, you mean food isn't free?
What do you mean this is $5 for a bag of this?
How do you set up a doctor's appointment?
Well,
forget it. If it don't get any worse, I can live with it.
I know you'd just rather die than rather go to the doctor.
It's all right.
It can't kill me if I don't know about it.
But yes, Denji. I love Denji. He is my spirit animal. Not just because of that, but because of his urge. His urge and his dream.
His only resolve. His only resolve. Touch some boobs.
Oh, yeah. Like, one of the main reasons he's, like, putting himself through so much pain and danger just to touch boobs, and I love it. And I'm all for it.
I respect it every bit more.
I respect the hustle.
And then even at that, he even gets more goals on top of that.
Oh, man, but the animation is great. The animation's real gritty and dark, and I love it.
Oh, I love
it. It definitely fits Chainsaw Man, like, to a T.
Oh, yeah. Chainsaw Man is definitely going to be one of those animes people will remember for a very long time. Can't recommend it highly enough to go check that one out.
He says, indeed.
Oh, yeah, very.
Oh, man. But, I just love it, dude. It was so great, and I want season 2.
And the animation was just spot on. They did that CG just perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's rare to see when they do it just right, but they hit it right on the mark. Like,
it can be nasty, dude. It can ruin an anime.
Yeah.
Just CG alone can ruin it.
Yeah, if you don't blend it right and you just don't get characters, like, people are going to notice.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, no, they hit it right on the mark. They knew what they were doing from start to finish. And I do hope we get tons more of it, and I can't wait to see what else we get from it.
Yeah, I haven't read it, but I'm going to have to start, because I want to know what Makima's deal is. Because there's something going on with her, and, they make it obvious, but I want to know what
you want to know.
I want to know now. I don't want to wait next season. I want to know now. So that's probably going to be one I pick up and start reading as well.
Oh, yeah, no, that's like, I was reading Chainsaw Man before the anime, and I'm still reading it now because it's still going. Man, you're not gonna you're gonna love everything that comes next.
Nice. Man, I lost my train of thought. Dude, what is wrong with me today?
You're losing it more than I am.
Oh, for real? Oh my god, I'm sorry, guys.
but what else have you been watching and finishing?
Oh, dude, I have a whole list. Hold on.
Have you heard Call of the Night?
I have not heard Call of the Night.
That is also a High Dive, I believe, exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
But that one is also a very fun anime. It may take a couple episodes whether you decide whether you really like it or not. But to me, it was a very fun anime, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay. Have you seen To Be Hero?
I have not seen To Be Hero.
It's goofy as hell, but I love it. Definitely check it out. It's, I think it's like 12 episodes, but the episodes are only like 10 minutes each.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Maybe even 5 minutes, to be honest.
So we're talking like a Gretzko type level?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's extremely just silly, dude. It's dumb. It's really dumb, but it's fun. It's so dumb that it makes it fun.
Okay.
I try to get my girl to watch it, but she refuses to watch any other anime until she catches up on One Piece.
Okay, yeah. I can understand that, though.
Yeah.
One Piece is long.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to start anything else until she watches it.
Well, speaking of heroes, I'm always curious, because I don't know if you've ever told me or not. Did you ever watch Tiger and Bunny?
I did watch Tiger and Bunny.
Okay, you did. Did you ever watch the second season that's on Netflix?
I did not.
You haven't watched that?
I have not.
Oh, you got to get on it. They don't wrap everything up, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And I get why they don't, because it's meant to be kind of left open like that. But it wraps up Tiger's story. Everything for Tiger.
Okay.
But you should definitely go and check out that second season. But also for anybody who hasn't seen Tiger and Bunny, it was very much right in the early times of like when we were first starting to get Iron Man and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But it took on like if heroes were just like a giant TV conglomerate and were sponsored by a bunch of companies. Mm-hmm. And it's like a game show, like the more heroic things you do, the more points you earn.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't recommend that one. Everything is on Netflix, surprisingly. So
Really?
you can watch the season, the movie. I think there's actually 2 movies, and then the second season, and it's all right there. And you're gonna get at least a whole story there.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I knew the second season was out, but it's one of those things where, you know, it got pushed to the back burner because other things came out before it. So I was watching that, and eventually you just forget about it.
It's funny because I never hear enough people talking about how good Tiger and Bunny is, because that is a fun superhero anime. Before we even got My Hero and all that.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I love Tiger so much, but it's one of those animes that I just need more people to watch.
Right.
And it's like one of my goals. It's like one of those animes that's like I will constantly recommend it until you watch it.
Mm-hmm. Ranking of Kings got a season 2 announced. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, they got a special going on. I don't know if it's the second season essentially, but they do got like a side series or something like that that's going on right now.
Okay.
And if I remember correctly, they didn't say it was like a second season, but I don't know because I haven't watched it yet. Mm-hmm. So if we are good, like you said, getting a second season, so I'm really pumped because I loved Ranking of Kings.
And I mean, I saw that a couple of weeks ago, but it just now entered my mind as we were talking. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Ranking of Kings is that one's gonna break some people's hearts.
No, for real.
It is also an endearing story. It is a very much sad story.
Mm-hmm.
I remember our friend Lex. I convinced her to watch it, and she has hated me ever since then.
Oh yeah. Is that another "You're Lying April" type of deal?
Yeah, because she cried almost every episode.
Nice. It's not new, but another one I've seen recently, just because it came across my feed, was 100. I don't know if you've ever seen 100.
No, I've heard of 100, but I don't. I remember people like mixed feelings about it, you know. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it was one I ever watched.
Well, the CG, I wouldn't say the CG was like great, but it was just passable, so that the anime wasn't horrible to watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, people were giving pretty mixed reviews on that one, if I remember correctly.
It's not bad. It's basically like an alien invasion type anime. And there's a whole academy, you know. They do the whole academy trope where you go to train to be a mage or 100. In this case, they're called 100, and they can control like their little suits or whatever. But it's actually pretty good. I'm really glad that I just happened upon it and I watched it.
I'll have to check it out. I've heard about it, but didn't watch it. Surprisingly, there was a ton of stuff out when 100 came out originally.
Oh yeah, there's always tons of stuff coming out.
Like, have you watched Hiromiya yet?
I have not.
You have not, because that one got approved for a second season, so we're getting more of that here coming soon.
Really?
Yeah, and that one's a very much a more I want to say a more mature love story in a sense. We got our main characters, but we get a few other ones talk about relationships in a sense.
Did you mean this one? Mm-hmm. Say it again.
Hiromiya?
Okay. I don't know why that sounded weird to me, so when you told me, I was like, I haven't heard of it, so I haven't seen it. But it's literally, it says watch again. I've done cleared it, but like, this is what you're talking about. Okay, Thank you. Sorry.
I was wondering, because I saw it, and I was that's why I asked. I was like, have you seen it?
You said it's so American, though.
I cannot speak Japanese, sir.
Well, I can't either, but I know how it sounds. Well, I can a little bit, but like I'm not.
I have to hear it like 10 times before I can speak it properly.
And I hear people do that too. I'm like, it's not racist if you say it the way it's meant to be said. Like, it's racist if you go and like start making fun of the language using the accent. Yeah, that's racist. Oh yeah. But it's not racist to say it the way it's meant to be said. Yeah. Like you said, it's so American that I didn't even know what it was at first.
I'm sure like 100% when I listen back to this, I sound like super Texan as well. I don't doubt it.
Looked me dead in the eye and said, "Have you seen that Horiyama?" That what now? No, I haven't. But clearly I have. Just not the Texan version. But, yeah.
Let me just get my cowboy hat, and I don't already have boots, so.
I got work boots. I don't
not the cowboy boots, because we just got regular boots here.
I got work boots. That's it. No cowboy boots. But yeah, it actually was a good series, and I had no clue they were coming with a season 2.
Yeah,
that's awesome news.
Yeah, we're getting a second season of that one. Can I just state, being a Texan and also seeing people that actually come out with the full-on Texas hats and boots just fucking throw me for a loop half the time. I don't know if you've had that same experience.
I don't know. I don't think so. That sounds like a you thing.
It's 100% a me thing, because you just don't see it that often, even today. Like, even most farmers don't even come out full decked out like that hardly anymore. Yeah. But yeah, every time I see it, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's a thing here in Texas.
We're in Texas, but there's no saloons.
Yeah, there's no saloons.
There's no gunfights.
Careful.
Hold on.
Careful.
There's gunfights, but not in the sense that you'd want them to be in. Not in the same context you want them to be in.
Oh man, I think there's so many jokes we can make.
Oh yeah, dude. Let's not stray too far off like last time.
What do you think of the Fate series?
The Fates. To be honest, I only watched Fate Stay Night. I've only watched it. As far as I can tell, that's the one you're supposed to start off with. From what I've like looked it up on Google.
Yeah, some people either recommend Fate's Day 0 or Fate's Day Night as like the starting points. Yeah. It's and either way that like they're so just like so many and they throw you out for the loop.
There is so many, and I was like, oh, I don't know where to. I don't know where to continue this.
I know they made lists on where to start and like where you should end up, and I'm just like, it's all right. I watched Fate's Day 0 and Fate's Day Night, and I'm okay with that.
It was a good series, though. Just for me watching that one standalone. It was good.
Fate Stay Night has like one of the best anime openings too. I love.
Brave Shine.
Yes.
Brave Shine. Yeah, which is what we should have talked about last week.
And I didn't even think about it, but like after we left, I was like, we did not talk about that at all. But yeah, no, I forget who the singer is, but man, do those vocals!
I don't remember, but yeah, it gets me pumped, dude.
It's one of those where when you hear the chorus coming, you got to get up and sing with it.
And you sing it in your Texas accent.
Oh yeah, 100%. We don't even say the words correctly. We just get as close as we can get.
Oh man, have you seen After Being Rejected? I shaved and took in a high school runaway.
I actually have seen a few episodes. I haven't got very far in it, but I have seen a few episodes.
That's one I saw a while back, but I want to talk about it since I'm looking at it now. Because I just loved it. I didn't know what it was going to be. I didn't know what to expect going in.
It's very hard to tell, but even based off those first few episodes, like what type of anime this is going to be. It takes a minute before we get there. Yeah,
and I mean, at first I was like, the title seems kind of rapey, like, but it's not. It's actually it's a wholesome story. It's really good, really well done. I haven't read the manga for it, so I can't tell you if it's true to the manga or not. But the story itself is it's really good. It's wholesome. It's something you want to watch when you're just like relaxing and you're kind of like moving away from all the action and the horror and all that other stuff.
Oh yeah,
it's really nice.
You got to find some comfort animes when you're just, because don't get me wrong, we have been like shonen action like out of it sometimes where like you just got to take a break. You've seen so much shonen, like you got to detox from it for a bit.
Oh, for sure.
And like you got to go something more mild or slice of lifey, you know.
You always got those comfort animes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if I cried or not watching this one, but I'm pretty sure I did. I'm just a big crybaby when it comes to anime. Dude.
I think it says a lot about us that we can't cry for any real life like events type things, but anime just brings us to tears.
Oh, for sure, dude. I don't know what is wrong with me mentally that I cannot cry for real world situations. Like people I know dying, like, oh, well that's messed up. But then an anime character cries and I'm devastated and I got tears rolling down my face. My girl's looking at me, like basically telling me to man up.
Did you call her heartless for not crying at a certain anime?
Yeah, One Piece. When the Going Merry was burning, and they were burning her and giving her send off. And once again, this was my second run through. I knew what was coming. Still cried.
Still
cried. And I'm like, and that's how she knows. She looks over and tears just streaming down my face.
And she just not a tear.
Not a tear. I was like, do you even have a soul or a heart? Like, it's okay if you don't have a soul, but do you have a heart? Can you not feel things? Because you're acting like the Tin Man. And I need you to feel things with me. We need to cry together. And eat a gallon of ice cream and talk about the Mary and our childhood traumas.
You don't want to go there.
Oh, no. You don't want to go there with me. It gets dark and you won't make it back out the same way you went in.
Oh my god.
Oh, Seraph sends a crying emoji. That's right, dude. I am a huge crybaby when it comes to anime. It's something about they're just so good at pairing the perfect music at the right time with the perfect scene. They build up these characters, even side characters. They build them up enough to where you love them, and then they take it away from you. Oh, yeah. Like they just kill off.
I don't know if you cried during said anime that we both watched recently, but I cried like a little bitch.
Oh yeah. I cried when I was reading it, and then again I knew it was coming. It's like, oh shit, it's coming. It's coming. And then tears did roll down. I was like, okay.
Like it's so funny because you see it, you know it's coming, and then you still get like hit hard by it.
Oh, there's something about going from manga to anime, and the anime just hits you so much harder because it just brought it to life. Like with manga, just like with everything else, comics, just
Yeah.
any types of books. Like you read, your imagination does most of the work.
Mm-hmm.
But watching it come to life, it hits you harder because now you're seeing it in action the way the creator wanted you to see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. Like, I think that's my main reason for like introducing anime that makes people cry.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm like, no, like it hurts. I need you to cry with me, so I know I'm not alone.
You're lying, April. Oh my god. I cried in so many episodes. I don't even know. Like I think I ran out of tears.
I think in your April hit, like it's the worst because you know it's building up to it, and you're like, I know it's coming. I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah,
hits you every time.
And then he still goes at the end and he does his piano recital, and it just hits you harder again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude. That Ketchum says no anime will make me cry.
That's because you have no soul.
You have no heart. Ladies and gentlemen, my girlfriend doesn't have a heart.
Doesn't have a heart.
No, she's more manly than I am, I guess. I guess that's just what it is, dude. Because when it comes to anime, I cry hard.
So I'm assuming you must be the little spoon.
I'm the little spoon. Dude, it's okay to be the little spoon every once in a while.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying if we're calling it 90% little spoon.
Like, man, I'm out in public all day like this, chest out, all puffed up, ready to fight somebody. At home, I'm like this. Hey, how you doing, guys?
Just just tuck that hair behind me.
Hey, man, home is my safe spot, okay? I'm allowed to be how I want to be in my home.
I don't.
She says it's called depression. Yeah, I guess that will turn your heart to stone.
I mean, I don't doubt it one bit. Oh man, I don't remember who I was talking to. Someone was like, "Men have no fear going outside in the middle of the night." I was like, "I don't know what man you talking to, but this man ain't going nowhere in the middle of the night, walking anywhere.
Not by myself.
Not by myself." I'm like, I am just as fearful. I have to look tough. I am not tough. I just look tough. I am 6 foot tall, big man.
Basically just a huge teddy bear.
Huge teddy bear.
A huge teddy bear with the ponytail, and that's all that is.
Mm-hmm. We hairy all around. I keep saying one of these days, like, my chest hair is just going to become the bat signal. We're just going to shave it in the shape of the bat signal.
I was like, I'm sorry? Oh, what did you just say to me?
You heard it.
This is the wrong podcast, man. Join us on our After Midnight podcast for all the dirty details.
Oh, yeah. the after show midnight.
Mm-hmm. All right, but...
Oh, yeah, we got to get to today's topic.
Oh, yeah, this week's topic for sure, because there's a bunch of goodies, and there's some on your list.
Oh, yeah.
That I really want to know about, because some of these I have not heard about.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm really interested to hear what you got to say about them.
You know, like, what I like about, you know, because we talk about anime, but you also have to talk about manga, which is why I recommended this. Because without, like, light novels and manga, we wouldn't have some anime that we have today.
Oh, for sure.
Because most anime is based off of light novels and manga that we have.
Yeah.
And it's really great to see and talk about some... And, you know, there's one I didn't even send on your list, and I was going to bring just the volume myself, but I completely forgot. You know, like... But I'll talk about it here in a sec. But yeah, it's crazy to see, like, some of these great mangas never get a single anime. And it's just like, I don't understand why. This seemed really... You got over 10 volumes, but we didn't get, like, one season of an anime at all.
Yeah.
So it's amazing to think about. And I do hope, like, anybody who's listening to this or watching this after this, you know, goes and picks up some manga or finds ways to read them legally.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna read some of the ones you recommend, because some of them look interesting.
Yeah, and like I said, my list, I don't know about your list, my list varies. I love the gory, horror, action type stuff, but I also like, you know, the cutesy moe crap, because, you know, sometimes you just need some good vibes.
Right.
You need some, like, something that's just going to lift you up and feel good about yourself. It's like one of my main reasons to always going back and watching my love story. I will never have a beautiful love story like that, but I like to imagine that I would.
Right? Live through them.
Live through them.
All right. Well, let's get it started with your first pick, and your first pick was this one.
Oh yes, I'm gonna get you guys the American name because surprisingly they have it all listed.
Way to be prepared, man.
Hey, I try to.
Oh man, it's all good.
Library. This one is the mischievous gal Anjo-san. The best way I recommend this one if you like Nagatoro. Okay. This is very similar to that. Very much more on the ecchi side of things.
Okay.
So if you're, like hentai guy right here, you'll like something like this. It's very much like cutesy fun, just messing with people. Right. And with just a gal type character, and I like to read it just because I just like to have a good, just feel good. It's a very very feel good type manga read, and you're watching like messing with someone blossom into like, oh, maybe I kind of like them type deal.
Right.
So if you like Nagatoro-san and you want some more stuff like that, this is the one that I recommend. And it's a little bit more fan servicey, but if you like that type of stuff, go ahead and check this one out. I like this one. It's almost about 200 chapters almost, so it's still very popular. And I did hear we may be getting an anime for this one as well.
Nice.
So definitely catch up on that if you want to get a chance to check it out and see if you're going to be excited for an anime just like I am.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I went with the classic for my first one, and there it is, Rurouni Kenshin. A story about a swordsmith. They were in the what was it, like Edo period of Japan?
Yeah, I think it was the Edo period.
And basically, he's just fighting off the remaining forces or whatever. It's a really good read. It's old now, but I definitely recommend it. It's still such a great story just to go back and read. It's got plenty of action in it, which is one of the things I loved when I first read it and picked it up. It does have an anime adaptation.
It also has a live action adaptation.
It has a live action that I have not seen.
I've not seen it either.
I actually hear good things about it.
I have heard good things about it as well.
Now, when Japan does their live actions, I hardly ever hear a bad thing about it. It's when America decides to do a live action.
We'll go ahead and get this out of the way. Anytime America does a live action, I don't know how they fuck it up. They have the source material. There's a way to make it your own without touching the source material.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't understand it. That I have hopes that we do get a good anime adaptation, especially with the One Piece coming up. I mean, but I think we're on our way there because we got our first successful video game adaptation with The Last of Us.
Yeah.
So if The Last of Us can do it, I have hope that we get a good anime adaptation. So there's hope. I have hope someday.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because like JoJo was a very good adaptation for a live action. This one, I'm surprised you haven't read.
I have not.
This one is Shibuya Goldfish. And I do know they have these available on the shelves in Barnes & Noble and stuff, because I do actually have a couple volumes of this. It is very much a horror manga. Like, in Shibuya, suddenly, like, this giant dome gets surrounded by them, and then all of a sudden you just see fish, all types of fish, just floating all around Shibuya. And they start eating people all around Shibuya. Okay. So it's our main group of characters trying to survive these unnatural creatures where they're just appeared out of nowhere,
right,
eating them slowly. So it's a very good horror manga. I do recommend this one if you like the horror type stuff. There's some bit of action in there, slight romance, but 100%. All horror.
Right. Now, looking at it, I get High School of the Dead vibes just off of this cover.
It's I would kind of say it's like that, but it has less of the fan service. It's
Right.
very less fan servicey. So you're gonna get like that High School Dead type vibes of survival, but it does not have that hardcore fan service like most other like survival horror animes usually have.
Right.
So this one's definitely one just for all horror fans, and if you are sensitive to like gore type stuff, I do recommend not going to this one because it does get pretty gory at times. Like I said, big fan of gore. So.
Yeah. All right, that sounds sweet. Now, on to the main attraction. Oshinoko.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. We just talked about that. I'm not going to talk about it again. But actually, let's go with another one of yours, because I'm really interested in this one.
Oh my god.
This one definitely seems like a good read.
I cannot recommend like this one more highly enough. This one's called Pumpkin Night. This is a slasher. Like 100% a slasher. It's got like the ittiest bit of fan service every now and again, but that's about it. It's 100% a slasher. It has to deal with gotta remember not to spoil myself, gotta remember the manga. Here we go. It has to deal with this supernatural being called Pumpkin Night, and it seems to be taking revenge for this girl who these group of classmates disfigured her face and killed and hid the body. So, like, they suspect that it's her, but she's so unnatural, no matter, like, getting stabbed or shot, she just keeps coming after them. And she wears this giant pumpkin head that's got, like, the holes cut out and everything, and is constantly chasing them down.
Okay.
So, it gets more layers added onto it, but I cannot recommend this one highly enough. And this is one of those mangas where I am surprised that there's not a movie, an anime, or even just like a live action adaptation of it, just because of how good it is. Even at that, like the cosplays that I've seen are just so simple and easy to do. Like the fandom is there, and I just hope to someday see something besides the manga for this one. But while all we have is the manga right now, I do want more people to read this.
Right.
It is just so good. The story's just so good.
It does. It looks interesting. I skimmed the first couple of pages while I was pulling up all the images and getting them ready for the podcast. I did read the first couple pages, and it does seem interesting. So I was kind of waiting for you to explain what it was about.
Yeah, this is
probably something I'm gonna pick up.
Yeah, it is horror. I definitely put it more in that slasher category.
Okay.
Because surprisingly, we don't see a lot of slashers in manga form type like this. We do get a lot of revenge stories type thing, but no, this is like a really mainstay slasher type manga.
Okay.
And so any of my horror fans who like Scream and stuff like that, hey, this is for you.
Nice. All right. Well, my next selection was this one. This is called Ori of the Dragon Chain.
And I honestly have no idea what this one is.
No, yeah, this is one that I just randomly came across and just thought I'd give it a try. I really enjoyed it. The sucky thing about this one is it is very short. It is 20 chapters long.
Really?
3 volumes, 20 chapters in total. Very short manga. But it is so great.
Really?
Yes, it's your classic underdog story. Basically, they're in a world where they're fighting monsters, whether they be demon bears, dragons, even though dragons are extremely rare. And they're fighting all these monsters, so humanity creates this academy. It's the whole trope again.
Yeah.
Here's the academy. We train you up, become heroes. But it's definitely a great underdog. 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 It's a great underdog story. They have different affinities just that they're born with, and unfortunately for him, his ability keeps him from reaching his full potential. It basically just drowns his potential. So he has to work 30 times as much as the average student. But it really is a good read if you just want something short and quick in between mangas or maybe anime or something. You don't have an adaptation. I highly doubt it ever will. But I definitely recommend this one. Like I said, 20 chapters, 3 volumes. I've never seen them in store or online. But you can read it through a legal manga website. Legal. It's definitely fun. Definitely, if you're just wanting like a good underdog tale, and you just want to see someone rise, you want to get that feel good notion, just definitely read this one.
Oh man.
Now this one I thought was interesting. When I grabbed the art, I didn't read a page or anything, but the art style looks amazing.
Now this one is on shelves. You can find it today if you want to go check it out. I believe it's called, I'm going to butcher this first part of the name, Carmelia Kaiju Girl, I believe is what it's called. But I know the Kaiju Girl is I just know the American name, so it's easier for people to find.
Right.
But I know it's Kaiju Girl, if that helps with the search at all for anybody who's looking for it. Basically, it's about this, just looks like a normal high school girl, but anytime her heart races at all, so any romantic feelings and stuff like that, she suddenly turns into a giant kaiju, Godzilla-like type creature.
Alrighty. Seems interesting already.
It is one of those like comedy feel-good mangas, and it's very much moe type energy, but it's so fun. It's her just like trying to learn to control herself, but also while pursuing romantic feelings for this guy who has romantic feelings for her. It's not like these characters don't know it either. They both know they like each other, but it's hard for her because anytime she gets excited, she automatically turns into Godzilla.
All right, there's another one I want you to talk about real quick because I was also curious about this one.
Yes, I'm gonna have to actually pull up the actual American name for that one because I don't
know. I do know when I was looking it up, the Japanese name was long. It was extremely long, but not as long as one of the other ones that you recommended that's on the list.
I got some. There's some anime like because they're more of like recent mangas, so they got that treatment of recent manga names. They're just incredible. With the long,
like this is a paragraph title. It's not just a normal title.
So this one, the American title is Errand Love. So basically, it's about these two main characters. The guy is very weak, but he gets bullied a lot, and so he ends up being the errand boy for most bullies in that type of situation. Okay. And then when he eventually moves to his new school, he runs school. He runs into this girl who's very much got that Bancho type vibe and very rough and tough, and she actually falls in love with him, but she can't speak in like a normal way, so what she sounds like is more demanding and angry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he gets confused into thinking she's just ordering him around like an errand boy,
right? While
she thinks she's confessing everything to him.
Oh, okay. So it's one of those feel good type of rom-com.
Oh, it's a very much mangas. A rom-com.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely going to be one I pick up.
Yeah,
just to read when I'm done with all the
and like her
action.
her two friends that she has with him. They've realized what's going on, and at this point, they just fuck with both of them.
Okay.
So they don't even help the situation; they just make it worse.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's actually completed. So, like, if you read it, it's all there. As far as I know, we're not getting an anime for this one. Again, surprisingly, but yeah, no, this is if you're into some romance comedy, and you want to just read it, if you just want to read it all and be done, it's all there, ready to go.
Sweet. All right, now on to my next pick.
Yeah.
Keijo. Keijo, if you don't know what it's about, it's pretty much just fan service. It's silly.
It's literally fan service, the anime.
Oh, yeah, basically. The manga. The anime, because it did get an anime.
Yeah, only like, 12 episodes, though?
I think so. Surprisingly, I have not seen it. I've only read it. I have not seen it. It's one of those things, again, I put on the back burner and completely forgot about.
Yeah, but I watched the anime, surprisingly, and I love the techniques they use, because they're just parodies of other anime techniques.
Basically, the manga is there's this game. It's almost like a national sport, ain't it?
Yeah.
I believe it's like a national sport.
In this world, it's like they've created a new sport.
Yeah, not in real life Japan.
Yeah.
In the manga.
Yeah, this does not exist.
Yeah, basically, you're on a small platform. There's two people on a small platform, and they're surrounded by water. Your objective is to knock the other person off using your butt, which I think is beautiful.
Or anything but your hand.
Yeah, basically. But you see a lot of booty.
Yeah.
And I will volunteer as tribute. You can knock me off all the time. I'll keep coming back. What is going on with that? What did you find on the web?
It found what you were asking for. Booty? Some booty. I looked at it, read it, and I was like, nope. I remember like one of the like most notable things, like for anybody who's watched Fate Stay Night, what is his name? Oh, I suddenly forgot his name. Who has all those weapons that come out of the portals?
Okay, I know who you're talking about, but again, I can't remember the name.
I can't remember his name. Yeah, there's literally someone who has like that technique. They're like gates open and it's just a bunch of butts.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I love it.
It is. It is definitely fan service. Don't expect much more than that. There is a story, and the story is good, but
it is literally just fan service.
You're there for the fan service, and you stay for, I guess, the story.
The fun.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. You should pick it up if you're just bored and want something fun. Definitely pick it up and read it. All right, now here's this one that you recommended.
Okay, this one is fan service horror.
Okay.
That is the best way to put that one as.
Fan service horror.
Yeah. Like they're now, I'm going to look at that name. Now, I'm going to pronounce that wrong.
Okay.
You just give me the best correction you think that is.
I'll try.
Inogishima.
Ingoshima.
Ingoshima? I always forget which part you accent on the O's and the O's.
Yeah, it's hard because their structure of speaking is so different from an American.
Yeah, because instead of A-I-O-U, it's A-I-O, and like, yeah. I know it, but I just can never put it into practice because I
definitely just trying to get used to shaping your mouth and your tongue in the way they would, rather than how you're used to.
Yeah, no, it's but yeah, this one's definitely it's fan service horror if you couldn't just tell by the cover right off the bat. But basically, this whole classroom is on a like boat trip going out somewhere, and then they crash land on this island where villagers kidnap them and murder some and then leave some others for alive, and a bunch of other shit happens. But I don't want to say too much about it for community guidelines.
Okay, well that tells you what kind of manga that's going to be.
Yeah, no, like I wanted to be versatile when I made this list. I'm like, I want to give cute moe girls and then go all the way to the other spectrum and be like, here's your fan service horror type shit and gore crap. So I wanted to give like a spectrum of type of like what you can read and what's out there. If this ever gets an anime, I would be surprised.
Right. I mean, it wouldn't be too far out there. Not
based off what we have today, but like
with the redo of Healer, even though that one got basically kicked off and is considered borderline.
But like looking at it, like 136 chapters, that's not too bad.
All right, and once again, another classic for one we've already talked about in past episodes, but oh my god, you just got to love it.
You just can't get enough of it.
No, you really can't, and I need you to get on it and start watching it, because I know you haven't watched it.
I have not watched it yet.
Now again, the manga faithfully follows, or the anime, sorry, faithfully follows the manga. It's just a silly day-to-day type of anime. There's no real hard-line story there to follow.
I mean, there is, but it's not like super like the mainstay of the whole thing.
Yeah, no, they kind of tell you what the story's going to be about in the first episode, or even in the first chapter of the book. And then never talk about it again. They only bring it up every now and then. Maybe every, don't know, 40, 50 chapters, they'll bring it up.
We'll eventually get to it.
Yeah. Now this is one. Usually, when I love a manga so much, I go out and try and find it so that I can add it to my physical collection.
Yeah. I'm sure this one's hard to find.
So hard to find. I can only find volumes 1
I'm sure it's like One Piece in a row, like volumes 1 through 10 hard to find. Mm-hmm. Unless you're just looking for those giant omnibuses, and I know you don't want those.
I don't know. I do not like those.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, it makes sense. You know, you have more in one, but I don't want it. I want each individual volume.
You want that cover art.
Yeah, I think there's like 75 volumes of Gintama. But they're really hard to find. And when you do find them in full sets, because you can find them in full sets, they're all in Japanese. And I can just barely speak it. I wouldn't say I could understand most of it at all.
Isn't like
I definitely can't read kanji.
Isn't reading Japanese a lot harder than even just speaking the language?
I mean, I would say, yeah.
Based off what other people who've traveled to Japan have said, like, reading and writing is 10 times more difficult than just speaking the language.
Mm-hmm. I can read katakana all right, and hiragana a little bit, but kanji just like throws me off. Kanji is extremely difficult.
I don't doubt it.
Like they basically have like 3 to 4 alphabets, which basically all the same. It just depends on how you want to write it. Just about.
I mean,
but it is difficult when you're just like American, and it's very hard. But I mean, it is fun. It's fun to learn it. 'Cause, I mean, there's times where you're watching anime and you hear a whole line and it's not one of the, it's not nani or kore wa nan desu ka, or it's not something everyone's familiar with. It's something nani. Fist of the North Star. Yeah. Love that reference. But it's fun because you'll come across a phrase that hardly no one knows about, and you're like, it's paying off.
It's like I could pick up phrases and certain sentences, but like if you were to give me like a full dialogue and just have me sit there and listen to it, I can maybe pick out a few bits and pieces from it, but not like the whole meaning.
Right. Okay. Sorry, we got a little off track there. Basically, it revolves around Gintama. Gintama is a play on words. Gin meaning silver and Tama is balls. So silver balls, and they mean it in the dirty way. Because the author is just crazy like that. He works basically at like a rent-a-hand type of job. He takes on odd jobs to try and pay his bills because his landlord is like always writing him about it. He's later joined early in the series by a couple of other misfit kids and stuff like that, and they become friends. They start working together, and it's just a whole mess of fun. There's like a different mission every episode or every chapter.
Nice.
It is fun. So just definitely pick it up if you want something silly and that's not serious at all. All right, this is you.
This is one I picked up recently. Hokkaido Girls Are Super Adorable is the name of that one. If you're a gal fan, they're all there for you, 100%. But basically, our main character moves to Hokkaido. Doesn't really state why yet, but it has to do with more family issues. And he ends up meeting one of the main characters, the blonde one over here, and they quickly become best friends. And slowly, we get a couple more girls. And we get like just a giant romance story going on there.
Okay.
And so, surprisingly, it's not like a big like giant harem type thing. There's only 3 main girls, and they've all told each other that they're going to confess to him at one point. And then it's more just like who he decides to go out with at that point.
Right. Well, that's kind of a shitty situation to be in as a guy. No matter who you choose. You chose right, but then you chose wrong, because now you just broke 2 other hearts.
Yeah, and what's like, he's like a really good character because he understands that as well too, and like there's a lot of emotion that goes into that type of situation. Yeah, it's a really great read. I hope it does get an anime soon. I haven't checked to see if there was an announcement of any kind. It does look like the manga is going to be finishing up here soon. So definitely get on this one, check it out, see if it's something that you guys like. If you're just looking for a fun romance, this is definitely it. Pure romance and hardly any shenanigans or stuff like that. Few ecchi type scenes, but that's about it.
Okay. And, my next one right here is Dorohedoro.
We got an anime for that.
We
one
did,
too.
and it took me a while to see it. It's on Netflix, I believe.
Yes, it is.
It took me a while to see it, but when I did see it, I loved the animation. It fit what I thought in my mind at the time when I was reading it. I thought that's how it would look, so it fits well. I kind of don't want to say too much about it, just because it's good, and I want them to like find out on their own.
It's one of those stories where like I don't want to give too much away. You just kind of have to trust me on this one. It's a good read.
It's a good read. Even if you don't want to read it, like I said, there's a season up on Netflix. It doesn't complete it. Not that I remember. I feel like it didn't complete.
I'm not sure because I honestly haven't watched it yet. It's in my list though.
Right. Yeah, I don't believe they completed it. But I haven't heard nothing about a season 2, so I don't even know if we're gonna get it or if it's ever gonna complete. However, if you're reading the books, the mangas are great, and I love them. The first season, from what I saw, does pretty much stay faithful. They do leave out some stuff, but it's not really important.
Yeah, we're not talking about Promise Neverland, like just skipping all the important stuff just to get to the end type thing.
Yeah, no. No, it leaves out some stuff, but it's not very like integral to the story. Like you won't be missing a lot. But reading. That's one of the reasons I like reading manga, is just because even though it's not important to the story, sometimes you come across like some backstory. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Which reminds me, anybody who's seen the first season of Promise Neverland, just stop there, go to the manga immediately.
And I've only seen like season 1.
Yeah, just
Promise Neverland.
Go straight to the manga. They literally skip like 5 major arcs.
Oh, okay.
That explain the world, why these things are happening, other like farms and stuff like that. There's a whole system that just was glossed over just to get to the end. like, okay, this explains nothing to us if you just watch the anime.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, that sucks.
No, it's so bad. Don't watch that second season.
Season 1 was amazing.
It is
like for what I saw. Like I saw season 1, but I hadn't read it at that point.
Season 2 is hot garbage.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Up next, we have this one.
Ah, yes. Hentai Guy strikes again.
I can tell. I was like, man, can I put this up? Like, I'm pretty sure I can. It covers most of it.
Basically, she is a hentai artist. And she was looking for a place to rent, and he is a landlord. Okay. But he does have space in his house to rent. And so she kind of blackmails him to letting him rent the room out to her. And then, like, so that she can draw her hentai art, she makes him do things in order for her to be able to draw that. So there's a whole slew of things going on there.
Nice.
So again, if you're into that type of stuff, this one is pretty funny, and I do enjoy it a lot. A lot of shenanigans, but very adult themed shenanigans.
All right, cool. So parents, watch your kids, make sure they're reading the right type of material, and not his type of material.
Oh, don't even start half this. I see what you're about to go up to, and that is not kid friendly either.
A lot of anime isn't. Like, there's definitely some for everybody, all ages.
Don't get me wrong. Like, High School DxD is good, but no kid should be watching that right off the start.
No. No, that is that's walking the thin line of hentai.
Yeah.
And it's only not hentai because, well, you know why. I'm not going to say.
Yeah, you know why.
Yeah.
That's the same with this one. It walks that thin line, but it ain't there yet.
So, did you even say the name to this one? I can't remember if you did.
I did not, actually. Let me pull that one up for you. Because I cannot. It's one of those ones that I just can't think of off the top of my name. Because the release for it is so sparse. It's not a monthly and it's not a weekly, so just catching it is just all over the place.
Yeah, well, that's definitely not appropriate for children. But for me...
Oh no, it is not on my list.
I'm going to like it. I don't know. I typed it in, but I typed in Gyashu.
Based off that, look that up.
Yeah. Just Gyashu.
Or well, actually, I may still have the photo I sent you.
Keep going. Keep going. Wrong way.
Oh, that didn't go down far enough.
There he goes. He got it.
Gyashu Ishoku.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he basically said it right. And it's not like I'm one of those snobs. Like, it's not pronounced that. It's pronounced this.
Oh man,
It's not Leviosa. It's Leviosa.
Ron, stop.
Leviosa. Okay, that's not even anime anymore. Once again, we're running off topic.
Are we convinced that we don't have ADHD at some point?
Oh, I know I got it. Not clinically diagnosed, but I definitely got it.
You almost messed that up too.
Ron, stop. That's what Seraph says. Oh man, we're adults without being adults.
Yeah, like the fact that we made it this far in life says something.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, this next one is called Dolly Kill Kill.
Sorry, I can't find that.
Now, if you don't quit interrupting me, I will break you. You are a toy for adults. I don't need you to interrupt me. His watch.
Y'all are drunk, go to bed.
His watch keeps interrupting me, and I'm about to box a watch. Dolly Kill Kill is an older anime. It is completed.
Older manga.
Manga, yes.
This has no anime.
Unfortunately.
Although we have heard rumors that I know we both talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Rumors of an anime. But so far we've gotten nothing as far as I can tell.
No, nothing.
Not even like under production.
No, it's like it's those rumors that pop up every now and then, like the Boondock Saints 3.
Mm-hmm.
They say, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be out this year, next year," and you're excited, but at the same time, you're like, "No, it's not.
It's never gonna.
It's never gonna happen. Not at all."
Yeah, no. This is one of those like this should have an anime.
Oh, it definitely should.
There's a whole battle system and stuff like that. It's gritty,
basically another invasion type.
Survival invasion type manga.
Yeah, thank you. I cannot speak. You're right. We are drunk. Catch 'em. We should go to bed. But yeah, it's an invasion type anime. Basically, these doll-like creatures come from space, start killing people. There's also bugs involved somehow, and there's a whole conspiracy behind everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good read. It's pretty gory, so I mean, keep that in mind. If that's what you like, definitely read it, pick it up. It's an anime. Sorry, it's a manga that not a lot of people talk about, and I don't know if a lot of people know about it. It's got its fan base, but I hardly ever hear people talk about it.
Man, we're really messing up on the words today.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, like, again, this is another reason why I recommended this category, because I don't hear anybody ever talk about this one.
Mm-hmm.
Not even, like, online in general. And even though it's completed, like, I'm just like, never gonna get an anime as far as I know.
Absolutely not. It definitely deserves one, though.
Even at that, maybe just a movie. But, like, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember reading it as each chapter came out, just because that's how good it was.
Yeah.
It's very, like, of course it's an underdog story, because, how do you beat giant doll-like creatures that can spawn knives from their hands and stuff like that?
Yeah.
It's very interesting, and the main character is, like, finding every way to fight them.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually we do get a way to be able to fight back. It's very interesting.
Yeah. All right, and then this is another one of yours.
This one does have a long title. I remember that one.
This one was, I don't know, it had like 40 words in the title or something.
Yeah. English name for it, the Dark Massacre of the Vengeful Hero. This is very much a revenge story. Mm-hmm. Very gory at that revenge story. The hero succeeds in like his mission, and the princess kills him.
Okay.
But like the goddess of the world is like so in love with him that she allows him to be revived back again. And so everybody who did him wrong he's slowly taking them out one by one. So it's, again, it's just a good revenge story.
Nice. All right. Next one is Cromartie High School, or Cromartie High School. I believe it's Cromartie.
This one does have an anime, right? I'm not.
It does have an anime.
Okay.
It's an older anime.
Because I've seen clips.
Yeah.
Because this is the same clip where the guy just eats a bunch of pencils, right?
Okay. Yes. This one does have an anime adaptation. It's an older anime, but I think you can find it on Funimation, maybe on Crunchyroll.
Most likely.
Since the merger,
I'm sure it's somewhere. I
not
don't
sure,
doubt it.
Definitely on Funimation. This is another one of those Gintama type animes where it doesn't really have a linear story. It's just kind of an episode by episode thing.
It's just one of those gag type shows.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a gag. The guy right down there in the middle with the spandex.
Yeah.
An exact Freddie Mercury look-alike. Especially in the anime. He don't look much like Freddie Mercury right here in the first volume cover, but in the anime, exactly Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
Oh yeah. He even walks in, he's got the yellow leather jacket on and everything. He sings, he got the big mustache with the wife beater, the white wife beater. There's a gorilla who's also a student for whatever reason. And it's got so many gag characters that are based off of like real life characters. It's just hilarious, dude. Like,
one of these days I'm gonna have to check it out because every clip that I see from this specific anime and manga is just so funny.
Oh, definitely, dude. It's hilarious. It's silly. It's dumb. Like I said, another Gintama type-ish manga. But yeah, it's definitely funny. Now, you recommended this one, and this does not look like Cromartie High School at all.
Oh, no, like...
This looks pretty serious. Like, we got Homeboy in the back, chained up and bleeding.
Yeah, no. This one is a completed manga, so it's completely done. It's...
Hold on. Seraph just asked if there's a manga for the people that don't like to read.
It's called picture books.
Or anime. You basically just described anime. It's just manga that you don't have to read. As long as you're watching the dub.
So, English name, Slave Go, or Japanese name, Dori Yugi? Yugi? I always forget if you accent the whole U's or if it's you just go straight off, drop one.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, if it's a W like that, you're gonna want to elongate the U, but not too long.
Yeah, but this one is our main character here with the chains right there in the front gets roped into this game where he can buy people as slaves, and it's like a chance to earn money and like status in the world.
Okay. And
so like one of the first games is like he has to direct one of the people that he bought and kidnapped out of the world to fight. And the thing is, though, if he loses and he loses all of his money, he becomes a slave in the game.
Okay, gotcha.
And so when he wins his first game, he decides he's just going to stop. He just needs to quit. Well, they tell him if he quits, his slave just goes back into the system for somebody else to buy. So he decides he's going to work to not only free himself, but all of his slaves as he goes along with each game.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil too much because there is actually some other stuff that happens, but I want to leave that up to the people to read or read it. But yeah, as you could tell, he gains more slaves as he goes, and other stuff happens. Like the games get bigger and more extravagant.
Right.
It's a whole system, and it's just crazy in general. I enjoy each fight scene. Each of them are just so well thought out and very planned out, and I just can't wait. I just couldn't wait for each chapter to see what's going to happen next.
Okay. Now that, the way you described it reminds me of, I don't know if you've read or seen it, Kaiji or Keiji, I forget.
Yes.
But it's, it's basically the same thing, except he's the slave because he's indebted, like, to the mafia, like with so much money, like he's in so much debt. And they basically just group all these people, take them on a cruise, and hey, gamble, and you can erase your debts. Or you can lose everything and be further in debt. The choice is yours. So, he gambles, but he's such a good guy, and his luck is like crap.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know that. His luck is crap, so basically he has his winning moments and his losing moments. ultimately, in the end, he does win, and I think he manages to free one person, maybe a couple people.
But a lot of the time, it's his own greed that does him in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's basically the same synopsis as this. It's called KG once again. I don't have a picture of it because I wasn't expecting to talk about it, but since it was so close to this, I thought I'd bring that up.
Yeah, difference between that one and this one gets pretty like violent.
Yeah, and this one looks like it's more fighting, is where KG is more like gambling. Mm-hmm. It's just like gambling.
They're
with
very
poker
much.
And all
it's
that
very
other
much
stuff.
death game type vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Except just the main character isn't one competing in those said death games.
Right.
He's just the one trying. He's the mastermind essentially.
All right. Now, once again,
I knew you were going to put this one out there.
I am, because this is one of the reasons I wanted to do this episode. Like, give it some actual time instead of just a quick, hey, I recommend this. All right, now this, once again, is Ubelblatt. And I believe I said last time it was like German for something like Swordmaster. Mm-hmm. But it's actually, I had to relook it.
Relook it up?
Thank you, yes. That sounded weird, so I didn't want to finish it. I had to relook it up. And it's more like Evil Blade, is what it's called. Basically follows this character who looks like an elf, and he's technically not, but he is at the same time. That's because he receives elfin blood.
Yeah.
And so, it changes his whole body system. It's almost like a resurrection of sorts.
Yeah.
And originally he was human. They were going, to destroy the Demon King and all this stuff. Now, he gets betrayed. I think it's him and like 7 other people. They get betrayed. Relook it. Relook it. Is that the way you say that?
I don't know.
Or is that the way I said that? Are you making fun of me? Don't make fun of me. I already know I'm done. Dumb. Definitely dumb now. Oh, man. Getting off topic. Shut up.
I'm done.
I'm done. Dumb. Anyways. He gets betrayed. They all kill him because basically he was the only one who wasn't a coward, and they're saying they basically say, well, you know what? We don't want to go back into town and have him tell everyone we were cowards, even though he wasn't that type of guy in the story. But they basically just murder him. He gets resurrected by this like elven blood that happens to seep into his system, and he basically goes on revenge for the next 11 books. They really are great.
Gatcham says, "You're done. Go to bed."
Yeah, basically. Definitely a good read. Like I said, you can find it on manga websites, hopefully legal. Or if not, Amazon is the next best place because
you got the digital ones and possible
physical copies for sure.
Copies.
Yeah, so definitely give that a look, and that's one I highly recommend all the time. Now this is the last one.
I don't know. Have you read this one? I was curious. I didn't know if you did or not.
I have not.
You have not?
I have not.
This one is a survival game type of manga. Okay. It's very gory, very explicit. There is an overarching story that's constantly going through. Mm-hmm. This one is definitely not for the people who are... If you didn't like Redo of the Hill, you're really not going to like this one.
Oh, okay.
Like, because these are bad people doing bad things just because they can. Not even for a revenge plot. Mm-hmm. Basically, there's this site that goes up that's called DeadTube. Well, it's like a game type thing. So the more viewers you get, the more chance you can win money and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The thing is, for each time that you decide to compete in one of the video challenges, if you don't pass the video challenge, something bad's going to happen to you.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of what type of bad thing. Is it straight death or any numerous things of...
Any numerous
things of TikTok community guidelines.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but like, it is again, this one I would like to see an anime because I think it would be very interesting. Mm-hmm. But one of those animes I'm not sure would ever get one. I think we're almost 200 more chapters in, so
okay.
It is really good, and I really like it. lot of crazy stuff happens. If you're into survival type shows or anything like that one, definitely give this one a check out. I would say by the first 10 chapters, whether you like it or not, is what's going to tell you anything.
He says, what about Brother Sister? That's what Kevlar Ichigo says. Do you know about Brother Sister?
I don't think so.
No? It's an H manga.
Oh, it's an H one.
It's an H manga. It might even be on certain sites.
Certain sites?
Yeah. So, I don't know if they made it into a series for certain sites.
So, Ichigo, it's funny that you bring that up, because there is an H manga that recently got just a regular manga adaptation. I'm going to guess that name for me right there. Right here.
Guess it or read it?
Read it.
Oh, man. I don't know if I can do that. Hold on. Let me see.
That's just the main character's name. But I know it's the same for the H and for just the regular manga.
Nope. Not going to attempt that.
I'm going to give you the butcher name then. Imazumin's house is a place for gals to gather. That is the title of the H and also the regular manga adaptation that it got. And guess what? It's also getting an anime.
Oh, nice.
So literally, like, the H author went from, here's a fun manga that I did, and now it's become a regular manga, and now we're getting an anime.
Nice.
I was just like, I have to read it now just because I'm curious.
Oh yeah, I read Brother Sister, and I'm not proud of myself for it. It is it's not for everybody.
It is not.
It's not for most people.
I don't doubt that.
I read it just because I saw a clip of a guy who talks about it. It was a joke, you know. It's like they do an interview of this guy, but it's not an actual interview. It's just like a mock interview. They already knew what they were doing. It was scripted. Yep. But I have heard it before, and so when he said it again, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to read it. And it's exactly what you think it is, being brother sister. Not family friendly at all.
There's a manga that I didn't send him, and that was my fault. But I was going to bring a manga copy of it because I actually have it, and it's a Shonen Jump manga called Siren. Have you ever heard of that one?
I haven't. I want to say I feel like I have, but I don't think so.
You may have, because I own the volumes when we lived together, and I don't know if you ever...
I may have come across it that way then.
Yeah, you may. I don't know if you've ever looked at my shelf. But Siren was I think it's a 13-volume manga that never got an anime adaptation, which is surprisingly for a shonen-like type manga that was fairly popular. But I think it was just overshadowed by a lot of other things at the time. But... how's the best way to put this? This guy doesn't get isekai'd, but he gets transported into a different version of Tokyo that's like ruined and like buried in like the earth and everything. It's these otherworldly beings are there, and he's just trying to find his way back home in like the first chapter. Okay. It's very interesting. I do recommend people check that one out. Again, it surprisingly never got... It was like early 2011 is when this was coming out.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like surprisingly didn't get an anime adaptation, and I do recommend people checking that one out because it's just a lesser known shonen that just never got anywhere with it. And it's a good manga. 13 volumes. You can find them just about anywhere.
Cool. All right, guys, and with that, I'm going to leave you with Oshinoko once again, because I really want you to go out and watch this. Even if you're like Seraph, who really isn't a huge watcher of anime or reader of manga, unless it's like the Dragon Ball series, which is what he loves, which is cool. You're still an anime fan. Even if you just love one, you're still an anime fan.
Yeah, no, I can say, don't let the cover fool you at all. It is a really, really good anime and manga, and I do hope everybody watches it.
For sure.
It's just so good. I cannot... No, we're not doing this.
I'm breaking that watch the next time you bring it. I cannot recommend it enough for from reading the manga to just watching the first episode. And I think the next episode's dropping in about 4 days.
Yeah, it comes out every Wednesday on High Dive. If anybody's, looking for the proper means for it, High Dive is where it's at.
Yeah. I definitely recommend it. But I think that's where we're going to leave today's show.
Yep.
Because we are an hour and a half in over. Anyways, once again, Gambit. There goes Emilio, the hentai guy. We want to give another shout out once again to Blood by Design for the intro and outro music, as always, because I think it fits. I think it fits the podcast well. And he was nice enough to let us use his music. And his music, it's just great, dude. It's just great. I don't know if you've been to his YouTube channel yet and heard the full albums.
I've not heard the full albums, just the two that you showed me. So, but I enjoy that type all the time. So
yeah. It's definitely great music, especially if you're into that heavier sound. It's like a bit of everything. There's some thrash metal in it. There's some heavy metal in it. There's a lot of stuff. It's not just one specific genre, but it's definitely always heavy. So definitely go check them out. Once again, thank you for joining us this evening on our 4th episode. We really appreciate all the love and support you guys give us. If you're not following already and you like what you hear, throw us a follow. Help us out. It's always free to follow. You absolutely have to do nothing except maybe show up on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Central if you wish.
And share it with all the people who love anime and anime-related things.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, as always, guys, stay anime, and we'll see you next time.
Your name, but that is so slow I have been slain.